Welcome back to Stoic Universe. Today's video is all about something very close to my heart: how to transform your life quickly and sustainably. And no, I'm not talking about some complex 30-day challenge or a radical life overhaul. I'm talking about 5 simple habits that I implemented, which changed my life in just 1 week. Why do I emphasize in just 1 week? Because I, like many of you, am tired of feeling stuck, overwhelmed, and constantly chasing some elusive idea of success. You see, a few months ago, I hit a wall. Life felt stagnant. I wasn't feeling productive, I lacked focus, and my goals seemed further away than ever. I tried different strategies to snap out of it, from reading self-help books to watching motivational content, but nothing seemed to stick. That's when I decided to focus on the basics. I sat down, wrote out a plan, and decided to introduce 5 small but intentional habits into my daily routine. And I committed to sticking with them for 1 week. I figured, what's the harm in trying? What I didn't expect was how powerful these changes would be. By the end of the week, my life felt different. It wasn't perfect, and I hadn't achieved all my goals, but I felt more in control, more focused, and more energized. What really stood out was that these habits didn't just make me feel better temporarily. They fundamentally changed how I approached my day, my mindset, and even my relationships. I found myself becoming more productive, more present, and more aware of what truly mattered to me. And the best part? These habits aren't hard to implement. Anyone can start doing them today, no matter where you are in your journey. In this video, I'm going to break down each habit in detail, share personal stories, and give you actionable steps so you can start seeing real change in your life too. Let's dive into these 5 life-changing habits and see how they can make a difference for you, just as they did for me. Habit 1, waking up early. The first habit that truly changed my life was waking up early. I'm talking 5 a.m. early. Now, I know what you're thinking. Waking up early is probably one of the most common pieces of advice you hear from successful people, but there's a reason for it. Waking up early is not just about having more hours in the day, it's about controlling the quality of those hours. Before I committed to waking up early, my mornings were chaotic. I'd hit the snooze button multiple times, then jump out of bed in a rush. My day would start in a state of panic, and I'd be playing catch-up before I even had my first cup of coffee. Sound familiar? This type of morning leads to burnout, because you're starting the day reacting to it instead of setting the pace yourself. The benefits of waking up early. What changed everything for me was reclaiming those early morning hours as my time. This was a time when the world was quiet. No emails, no notifications, no distractions. It allowed me to start the day on my terms. I used that time to plan, reflect, and set clear intentions for the day. I wasn't rushing anymore, and I had more mental space to think clearly. There's a psychological benefit to waking up early as well. When you get up before most people, there's this sense of accomplishment. You've already done something that many people struggle with. This small win sets a positive tone for the rest of the day, and you carry that momentum into everything else. And let's not forget the physiological benefits. Studies have shown that early risers tend to have better mental health, are more proactive, and even report higher levels of happiness. When you wake up early, your body's internal clock aligns better with the natural rhythm of the day, leading to improved energy levels and better sleep patterns. My personal experience. I remember the first week I committed to waking up at 5 a.m. It wasn't easy. The first few days, I struggled to keep my eyes open, and my body protested every step of the way. But by the 3rd day, something amazing happened. I found myself enjoying the stillness of the morning. I stepped outside to watch the sunrise, something I hadn't done in years, and felt a sense of peace wash over me. There was something magical about those quiet moments before the world woke up. It felt like I was giving myself a gift, a sacred space to start my day intentionally. What can you do during the early morning? This leads to an important question. What should you do with that extra time in the morning? Here's what worked for me. 1. I started my mornings with 10 minutes of meditation. This helped center my mind and focus on my breathing. It was like hitting the reset button, clearing out the mental clutter before the day began. 2. I also spent a few minutes journaling. I wrote down my thoughts, my goals for the day, and anything that was weighing on my mind. This simple practice helped me organize my thoughts and gain clarity on what I needed to accomplish. 3. If you're not a fan of exercising first thing in the morning, that's okay. But for me, incorporating even a short 15-minute workout into my routine gave me an energy boost that lasted all day. 4. This might not work for everyone, but I found that reading a few pages of a self-improvement book or an inspiring article helped shift my mindset into one of growth and possibility. It's a great way to start the day on a positive note. Actionable steps. If you're new to waking up early, here's how to get started. Start slowly. Don't try to wake up at 5 a.m. right off the bat if you're used to sleeping in until 8. Instead, set your alarm for 15 minutes earlier than usual and gradually increase it by another 15 minutes each day until you reach your desired wake-up time. Create a bedtime routine. Your ability to wake up early starts the night before. Wind down with a bedtime routine that signals to your body it's time to sleep. This could be as simple as turning off electronics an hour before bed, reading a book, or sipping on some herbal tea. Set your intentions. Before going to bed, write down what you want to accomplish the next morning. This will give you a sense of purpose when you wake up early and help you make the most of that time. Habit 2. Daily exercise. Daily exercise was the second habit that had a profound effect on me. Now, I'm not talking about intense, hours-long workouts. For me, it was about consistency, not intensity. Committing to just 20 to 30 minutes of movement every day had a surprisingly significant impact on my energy levels, mood, and overall well-being. The link between physical exercise and mental health is well documented. Studies show that regular exercise can reduce symptoms of depression and anxiety, improve mood, and even boost cognitive function. But beyond the science, what I noticed in myself was a mental shift. Exercise became my daily outlet to release stress, clear my mind, and recharge. How I made exercise a non-negotiable habit. Like many people, I had a history of starting and stopping workout routines. I'd be consistent for a few weeks, then life would get busy, and I'd fall off the wagon. This time, I approached exercise differently. I didn't focus on weight loss or building muscle. I focused on showing up. I told myself, it doesn't matter if it's a 5-minute walk or a full 30-minute workout, just move your body every day. I started small, with 15 to 20 minutes of yoga or bodyweight exercises. On days when I felt more energetic, I'd go for a jog or do a HIIT workout. The key was listening to my body and being consistent. The mind-body connection. What I found fascinating was how quickly my mental state improved once I started moving my body regularly. Exercise isn't just about physical benefits, it's about mental clarity. There were days when I felt overwhelmed by my to-do list, but after a short workout, everything felt more manageable. That's the power of endorphins, your brain's natural mood boosters. One evening after a particularly stressful day, I was tempted to skip my workout. I was mentally drained, and all I wanted to do was binge watch a show and call it a night. But instead, I decided to go for a short run. As soon as I started moving, I felt my stress melt away. The tension in my shoulders loosened, my mind quieted, and by the time I finished, I felt like a completely different person. That's when I realized exercise wasn't just a task on my to-do list. It was a form of self-care. It became a time for me to reconnect with my body and reset my mind. Tips for incorporating exercise into your day. Start small. If you're new to exercise or have been inconsistent, start with just 10 to 15 minutes a day. Focus on building the habit first and gradually increase the time as you feel more comfortable. Find something you enjoy. The best exercise is the one you'll stick with. Whether it's yoga, dancing, running, or weightlifting, find a form of movement that you enjoy, and it won't feel like a chore. Mix it up. Variety keeps things interesting. On some days, I'd do strength training, while on others, I'd opt for a calming yoga session. Mixing up your workouts prevents boredom and keeps your body challenged. Habit 3. Journaling. Journaling is often misunderstood. For many people, it's seen as something only writers or teenagers do, a diary for recording daily events. But journaling is so much more than that. It's a powerful tool for self-discovery, mental clarity, and emotional release. For me, journaling became a way to connect with my inner thoughts, confront my fears, and track my personal growth. Before I started journaling, I used to carry around so much mental clutter. I'd have worries, doubts, goals, and ideas all swirling around in my head, but no structured way to process them. Journaling provided that structure. It became a way for me to offload my thoughts and make sense of them. There's real psychological evidence behind the benefits of journaling. Studies have shown that writing about your thoughts and emotions can help reduce anxiety, manage stress, and improve mood. It allows you to process emotions more effectively by organizing your thoughts in a way that your brain can understand. By putting pen to paper, you're giving your mind a chance to slow down, reflect, and analyze. Additionally, journaling engages both hemispheres of the brain, the left hemisphere, which is logical and analytical, and the right hemisphere, which is creative and intuitive. This integration of logic and creativity helps you access deeper insights and come up with solutions you might not have considered before. When people think of journaling, they often assume it means writing long, detailed entries every day. But the beauty of journaling is that there's no one right way to do it. There are many forms of journaling, each with its own benefits, and you can experiment to find what resonates with you. Here are a few popular types. 1. Stream of consciousness journaling. This is where you simply write whatever comes to mind without filtering your thoughts. It's raw, unstructured, and incredibly therapeutic. The goal here isn't to write something coherent or even readable. It's about letting your thoughts flow freely, releasing whatever is on your mind. 2. Gratitude journaling. This is one of the most powerful forms of journaling, especially when it comes to cultivating a positive mindset. Each day, write down 3 to 5 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be big. Sometimes I'd write about small moments, like a cup of coffee in the morning, or a kind word from a friend. Gratitude journaling helps shift your focus away from what's going wrong and directs your attention to what's going right. 3. Goal-oriented journaling. If you're someone who likes structure, goal-oriented journaling might be for you. In this form of journaling, you focus on your long-term goals and break them down into actionable steps. Every morning, I'd write about what I wanted to achieve that day and how it connected to my bigger goals. This practice not only helped me stay focused, but also kept me accountable. 4th, emotional journaling. When you're feeling overwhelmed or anxious, emotional journaling can help you process your feelings. Write about what you're experiencing, why you think you're feeling that way, and how you can address those emotions. Emotional journaling acts as a mirror. It reflects your inner state and helps you better understand what's going on beneath the surface. 5. Bullet journaling. For those who prefer structure and organization, bullet journaling is a popular method. It involves creating a highly organized and efficient system of tracking your tasks, goals, habits, and thoughts using symbols and shorthand. Bullet journaling isn't just about writing, it's about creating a personalized system that helps you stay organized and productive. When I first started journaling, I didn't know what to expect. I thought it would be just another habit I'd try for a week and then forget about. But I quickly realized how powerful it was. I began with stream of consciousness journaling, simply letting my thoughts pour out onto the page. At first it was messy and chaotic. I wasn't sure if I was doing it right, and sometimes it felt pointless. But then, after about a week, something clicked. I remember one evening after a particularly stressful day, I sat down to journal. I started writing about my frustration at work, feeling like I wasn't making progress on my goals. As I wrote, my emotions began to untangle. I started to see patterns, where my anxiety was coming from, what was triggering it, and how I could handle it better. By the time I finished, I had a clear plan of action and felt a sense of relief. Journaling had transformed a jumble of negative emotions into something actionable. If you've never journaled before, start with just 5 minutes a day. You don't need to write a novel. Just jot down whatever comes to mind, whether it's a to-do list, a few thoughts about your day, or something you're grateful for. Set aside a specific time. Journaling works best when it becomes a part of your routine. I found that journaling in the evening before bed helped me unwind and reflect on the day. Find a time that works for you, whether it's in the morning, during lunch, or before bed. Be honest with yourself. Journaling is a private space. Don't worry about grammar, spelling, or whether your writing makes sense. This is for you and no one else. The more honest you are with yourself, the more you'll get out of it. Use prompts. If you're stuck, if you're unsure what to write about, use prompts to get started. Some examples are, what am I feeling right now? What am I grateful for today? Or, what's one goal I want to focus on this week? Habit 4, practicing gratitude. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to get caught up in negativity. We often focus on what's missing from our lives, what we don't have, or what's going wrong. This constant focus on lack can lead to feelings of frustration, anxiety, and even depression. Practicing gratitude is one of the most effective ways to counteract these feelings and cultivate a more positive mindset. Gratitude isn't just about saying thank you or appreciating the big things in life. It's about recognizing the small, everyday moments of joy and connection that we often overlook. For me, practicing gratitude became a way to shift my focus away from what I felt was missing and instead appreciate the abundance that was already present in my life. The science of gratitude. Research has shown that practicing gratitude can have profound effects on our mental and emotional well-being. Studies have found that people who regularly practice gratitude experience increased levels of happiness, better relationships, improved sleep, and even stronger immune systems. Gratitude shifts the brain's focus from negative thinking to positive thinking, which can lead to long-term improvements in mental health. One fascinating study conducted by the University of California, Berkeley, found that people who kept a gratitude journal for just 3 weeks reported higher levels of optimism, fewer physical ailments, and better mental health. Another study published in the journal Personality and Individual Differences found that gratitude can lead to lower levels of stress and depression. How I integrated gratitude into my life. At first, I wasn't sure how to practice gratitude consistently. It's easy to say, be grateful, but actually cultivating gratitude on a daily basis takes intention. I started small by writing down 3 things I was grateful for every morning. At first, it felt like a chore, and I found myself repeating the same things over and over. But over time, I began to notice more subtle moments of gratitude in my day-to-day life. I remember one particularly stressful day when everything seemed to be going wrong. I felt frustrated, anxious, and overwhelmed. But that evening, I sat down to write in my gratitude journal, and instead of focusing on the negatives, I forced myself to find something, anything, I was grateful for. I wrote down the simple fact that I had a roof over my head and food on my table. As soon as I wrote that, my perspective shifted. I realized that even on the toughest days, there are things to be thankful for. Different ways to practice gratitude. Gratitude can be practiced in many ways, and it's important to find the method that resonates most with you. Here are some ideas to help you get started. 1. Gratitude journaling. As I mentioned earlier, keeping a gratitude journal is one of the easiest ways to cultivate gratitude. Every day, write down 3 to 5 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be big. Small things like a nice meal, a conversation with a friend, or even a moment of quiet can make a huge difference. 2. Gratitude meditation. Gratitude meditation involves focusing on feelings of gratitude during your meditation practice. Start by closing your eyes and taking a few deep breaths. Then, think of something or someone you're grateful for. It could be a loved one, a recent experience, or even a memory. As you focus on that feeling, allow it to fill your heart and mind. 3. Writing a letter of gratitude to someone who has had a positive impact on your life is a powerful way to practice gratitude. It can be a mentor, a friend, or even a family member. Let them know how they've made a difference in your life and express your thanks. Whether you send the letter or not, the act of writing it can have a profound effect on your mindset. 4. Going for a walk and intentionally focusing on things you're grateful for can be a meditative experience. As you walk, take in your surroundings and appreciate the beauty of nature, the fresh air, and the simple act of movement. Gratitude walks are a great way to combine mindfulness with physical activity. 5. A gratitude jar is a fun and interactive way to practice gratitude. Every day, write down something you're grateful for on a small piece of paper and place it in the jar. Over time, the jar will fill up with positive moments, and you can look back on them whenever you need a reminder of how much you have to be thankful for. The long-term impact of gratitude. Practicing gratitude isn't just about feeling good in the moment. It has lasting effects on your overall well-being. For me, gratitude became a mindset, a way of approaching life with a sense of appreciation and abundance. It helped me stay grounded during difficult times and gave me the perspective I needed to keep moving forward. Gratitude is a practice that builds resilience and reminds us that, no matter how tough things get, there is always something to be thankful for. Habit 5. Mindful eating. We live in a world of distractions: phones, TV, work, and endless to-do lists. In this whirlwind of activity, it's easy to eat mindlessly. We scarf down meals without truly tasting them, eat out of boredom or stress, and often don't pay attention to how much we're consuming. Mindful eating is about slowing down, tuning into your body's signals, and truly savoring the experience of eating. Before I embraced mindful eating, I was guilty of eating in front of the TV or scrolling through my phone during meals. I wasn't paying attention to the food, and as a result, I often overate or didn't feel satisfied afterward. Once I started practicing mindful eating, I noticed a profound shift in my relationship with food. What is mindful eating? Mindful eating is the practice of paying full attention to your food, its texture, taste, smell, and even the sounds it makes as you chew. It's about being present during meals and tuning into your body's hunger and fullness cues. Mindful eating isn't about following a specific diet or restricting foods. It's about cultivating a healthier, more intuitive relationship with food. The benefits of mindful eating. The benefits of mindful eating extend beyond just weight management. Research has shown that mindful eating can help reduce overeating, improve digestion, and even alleviate symptoms of anxiety and depression. When you eat mindfully, you're more likely to listen to your body and stop eating when you're full, which can prevent overeating and promote healthier eating habits. Mindful eating can also help you rediscover the joy of food. In our fast-paced lives, we often eat out of necessity, rushing through meals without truly enjoying them. Mindful eating encourages you to slow down and appreciate the flavors, textures, and sensations of each bite. How I began practicing mindful eating. Like many people, I used to eat quickly and mindlessly. I'd grab a snack while working or eat dinner in front of the TV without thinking much about it. But once I committed to practicing mindful eating for a week, everything changed. At first, it felt strange to eat without distractions. I had to consciously remind myself to put down my phone, turn off the TV, and focus solely on the food in front of me. But after a few days, I started to notice the benefits. I became more aware of my hunger and fullness cues, and I found that I was more satisfied with smaller portions. One morning, I sat down for breakfast, a simple bowl of oatmeal with fresh berries and a drizzle of honey. I took my time with each bite, savoring the sweetness of the berries and the creamy texture of the oats. It was a completely different experience from the rushed breakfasts I used to have. I felt more connected to my food, and for the first time in a long time, I truly enjoyed the meal. Tips for practicing mindful eating. 1. Eat without distractions. One of the most important aspects of mindful eating is eliminating distractions. Turn off the TV, put away your phone, and focus solely on your meal. This allows you to be fully present and engaged with the food in front of you. 2. Take small bites. Mindful eating isn't about eating quickly or consuming large portions. Take small bites and chew slowly. This gives your body time to process the food and allows you to fully experience the flavors and textures. 3. Take the time to savor each bite. Notice the flavors, textures, and smells of the food. Eating slowly and mindfully helps you appreciate the experience of eating and prevents overeating. Listen to your body. Mindful eating is about tuning into your body's hunger and fullness cues. Pay attention to how you feel before, during, and after eating. Are you truly hungry, or are you eating out of boredom or habit? Stop eating when you feel satisfied, not when you're stuffed. Practice gratitude for your food. Before you begin your meal, take a moment to appreciate the food in front of you. Consider where it came from, the effort it took to prepare it, and the nourishment it provides for your body. Practicing gratitude for your food can enhance the mindful eating experience. The long-term impact of mindful eating. For me, mindful eating has transformed my relationship with food. I no longer eat out of habit or distraction. Instead, I take the time to enjoy my meals and listen to my body's signals. This practice has not only helped me maintain a healthy weight, but also deepen my appreciation for the simple act of eating. Mindful eating is a practice that takes time to develop, but the benefits are well worth the effort. It encourages a healthier, more intuitive relationship with food and allows you to truly enjoy the experience of nourishing your body. And there you have it, 5 habits that completely transformed my life in just 1 week. Waking up early, daily exercise, journaling, practicing gratitude, and mindful eating. These habits may seem simple, but when you commit to them consistently, they have the power to change your mindset, your energy, and your overall outlook on life. Remember, you don't have to implement all of these habits at once. Start with one and build from there. The key is to be patient with yourself and to celebrate the small wins along the way. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might find it helpful. Let me know in the comments which habit you're excited to try, or if you have any other habits that have made a difference in your life. Until next time, take care and keep growing.